All right, guys, so I just wanted to hop on here and give you a quick kind of overview on 21 Day Fix in these containers and what are they and how do we use them without, that's the simplest way, not getting overwhelmed. So you got this handy dandy eating, plan. You've opened up your box, you've got your Shakeology. What's next? Go ahead and if you haven't yet, go ahead and start with the get started. This is the most important step. What you're going to do is you're going to calculate and find out your calorie target range and what category you fall into. So what happens is once you calculate it, it's going to ask you your caloric needs based on your activity level, where you're at. So for instance, say that you are in the first column, 1,200 to 1,499 calories. You get 3 greens, which are your vegetables, 2 purple, which are your fruits, 4 red, which are your proteins, 2 yellow, which are your carbs, 1 blue, which is your healthy fats, avocados, cheeses, hummus, 1 orange, and you get 2 teaspoons. Teaspoons are things such as your nut butters, your oils. Then you will find in the back, if you go back a couple of pages, it breaks down each of the containers and what foods fit into those containers. So quickly, I kind of wanted to go over kind of what I do to get started. So for instance, say that for my lunch tomorrow, for breakfast tomorrow, we'll start with that. I want to have 2 eggs is 1 red. So theoretically, they don't fit obviously like this in there, but 2 whole eggs or 8 egg whites is 1 red container. And maybe a slice of Ezekiel toast. That's 1 yellow. The nice thing about Ezekiel toast is it's a sprouted grain bread. It's in the specialty or the frozen food section of your grocery store. So, and it does need to be kept in the freezer section, in your freezer. And it's one of the healthier breads. That's why you'll see many of us do eat it. I wouldn't recommend it though if you are looking at, having it on a sandwich, unless you toast it. Oftentimes I will toast it with and put some like an open-faced egg salad, open-faced chicken salad, and eat it that way. But I wouldn't have it just, with plain bread with that on it without toasting it, but it does toast up really well. And then, so that would be my 1 yellow and 1 red for the day. For a snack, so say maybe for my snack, I want to make sure I have another protein. So I would get some Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt. Literally what I do is I just take my red container and I just fill it up all the way to the top. So simple. Like I know that plain Greek yogurt, I know it counts as a red, so I'm going to just put in as much as will fit into that container. Okay, so that's 1. Then I'm going to dump it in my bowl. Say I'm going to have some fruit with that. So let's see here. I'm going to have some raspberries, okay? So purple are your fruit, so super easy. What I do is I just get a handful of them out of the container. Depending on, sometimes if I know if I'm feeling hungrier, maybe I'll split my containers in half. So I might only have like a half of a purple for this, for my that's a little bit more than half, for my snack, okay? Or maybe I'm going to take this for my lunch, so I'm going to have half of a fruit, 1 red, maybe I'm going to have, my open-faced egg salad sandwich, so that's my red, and then over on my Ezekiel, so that's my yellow. But then I would just literally, I'm just going to take this and pour it right on there. So now I have my snack. Maybe it's going to be, like I said, maybe part of my lunch. You can even have this for your breakfast. Add a little bit of honey, some cinnamon on there. As far as your blues, I know for me, this one is always kind of a struggle. So what I have found to kind of make it a little bit easier is I do it in half. So I love feta cheese. I love cheeses, and actually, I've really cut down on the amount of cheeses that I put in things, and I don't even miss it anymore. A lot of times, I would put feta and spinach in my eggs. So literally, I would fill up, make some scrambled eggs for breakfast, put an entire container of green spinach leaves, and then take a little bit of feta. And that's about a half a blue right there. Just dump it all in the pan, cook it, eat it. The other thing that you can do, because I do love to eat raw vegetables, but I do love my hummus as well. So what I have found to do is by splitting that up, maybe I'm going to have tacos or something, so I'll have maybe half of my cheese, or I want avocado on my tacos. So I definitely don't want to use up all my blue in one meal. Or if I'm going to have, if I love my hummus and I really want to have some hummus with my vegetables, or at lunch, or maybe in my snack, literally I take my green, I fill it up. If these are raw, so I just fill up my container, and then I dump them into my handy dandy little Ziploc bag or my container, and I put it in my lunch for the next day. So really just fill that up, fill those containers up. If it happens to be that it is cooked, maybe I made a bunch of, chicken stir fry. I portion out the red, the chicken in the red before I eat it. The same thing if there's broccoli or vegetables, I'll kind of pick out some of it, and put it into the container. I want to make sure that I'm getting the right amount of foods. Because what I found was I was cheating myself by the number of, especially purples and greens, that I was eating a day. I wasn't giving my body enough. I thought what a portion was much smaller than it really is. So I hope those are some helpful tips. Another thing is, for the orange, you get one of these a day, which doesn't seem like very much, but this is a lot of dressing. So there's Fix approved dressings. You can find them in your Fix cookbook, in the Fixate cookbook. But this is definitely a lot of dressing. So if you happen to take a salad and you maybe have a salad a couple times a day, I think that you'll find that this is more than enough, maybe even for 2 salads. So definitely, I know these containers look small, but they do hold a lot. I hope these tips help you, and definitely reach out to me if you guys have any other questions.